We are in person at the Jackson Wink MMA Academy. We got Chris Breezy the Future Brown joining us. Sir, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you been?
Man, great. It's good to see you in person, though. We did a couple Zooms, a couple phone calls, but this is a little bit different.
Yeah, that's what I was like when he said you were like, oh, let's do a Zoom interview. I was like, nah, get down to the gym. Let's just do this old school.
Well, man, if it's good enough for Ariel Hawani, you know, I think it's good enough for me. But it is good to see you again, and good to be talking about LFA
Definitely.
104. It's going to be your second fight at welterweight, so let's start there.
Oh, yeah. This camp was amazing. I got my weight down just right. I started the camp at 205 this time. I'm finally able to be myself and not killing myself to get down to 155. So it's been a huge difference this camp. Just putting in the work that I've been putting in. My condition has never been this good. Like Greg has been raving about the work that I've been putting on, and Wing's real happy. So I've just been grinding like crazy.
Okay, I got to go back 1 second. You said 205. Was that a good number to come in?
Oh yeah,
or a bad
because when I was fighting at 55, like people don't realize, like I was struggling to maintain my weight around like 185. Like whenever my weight would get up to like 190, I'm like, oh, I got to start eating salads. I got to start doing this, and it was just like really strained. And then once I would hit 170, I'd have to change my whole diet just to even go past that, because I would always plateau. And then I'd have to get my nutrition changed from Dr. Anita. She'd have to come in. We'd do everything over just to get down there. And I'm glad I'm no longer have to look like a Holocaust victim.
So what's the second camp been like, not killing yourself?
Oh, it's been amazing. The energy levels I've been having, like I've never felt this good before a fight. Like it's a huge difference.
LFA 104 going out to Oklahoma. Getting kind of used to this LFA thing?
Yeah, I love fighting over there. They love having me because they know I always put on a great fight no matter what. So I'm excited for another opportunity. It sucks that it took this long to fight because you know how people are with me. So they've been turning down fights this whole time. So I'm just glad somebody stepped up to get in there.
Kelvin Rayford's going to be the opponent. A little bit of height on you. Looked at his last couple fights. Appears that he likes to be on top, uses ground and pound. What have you seen? What do you think about the matchup?
I think it's a great matchup for me. I definitely think my wrestling's better. People are going to see that this fight. I've gone back old school Breezy, a little less kicking and more going forward and wrestling and putting my hands on people. So I think it's a great matchup, especially if he wants to grapple. I definitely think I'm the better grappler.
What have you had to do to kind of remedy some of the issues that have plagued you over these last two fights?
Just been more focused. The weight cut is a big deal, and then especially with the last fight, you can't leave it in judges' hands because you never know how a judge is going to see the fight. Even you know, despite what's going on in the fight, you know, you never know what they're going to judge.
Right. How did you walk away from the Ignacio Bahamondes fight? Rewatching that one, how do you feel?
Yeah, I thought I won the second and third rounds for sure. The damage was definitely on him. He was bleeding from everywhere. My face was completely fine. He was cut up and bleeding. Damage alone, and I was the fresher fighter at the end of the fight. So even Pat thought I won. So
2020 doesn't end up being the year you planned for it to be. How do you make 2021 the year you want?
Just nonstop grind. I've been so focused this year. Haven't let anything bother me. I had a lot of stuff going on last year too, like a lot of deaths in the family and everything. I'm finally in a great spot mentally, and I feel amazing this camp.
What does that mean to get past some of that stuff, to be just past a lot of what it sounds like was frustration?
A lot happier. I'm in like a great mood. Just really carefree and just able to focus on what I need to do. A lot of circumstances have changed since then, so I'm definitely in a lot better place in my life, and very happy.
And gotta bring it up, there's been so much talk, so much hype and potential about your skills, and this time you come in as the underdog.
Yes.
Is that gonna fuel
I
fire?
love
think
that.
that's
I
the
love
first
that.
time.
Oh yeah, that's like my manager told me the other day like I'm a big underdog, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like I love that. That was just extra motivation to hear that. I'm like, okay, cool. So especially, they say I lost my last 2 fights, so they, people are looking down on me. But if you watched the last fight, then definitely shouldn't think too bad about me. But I'm definitely glad to get the opportunity to show some people.
A Texas kid. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be the first time competing in
Texas
Oklahoma.
versus Oklahoma. I don't think I've ever fought in Oklahoma, but I've been to Oklahoma a little bit, never too much really. My mom's been to the casino more than I have, so I'm just looking forward to it. It's close to home. I wish it was an open event so people could actually go, because since it is so close to Texas and New Mexico, everybody was trying to go. So it's kind of a bummer that we're still doing closed events, but I'm just happy to be able to compete.
And what should everybody expect on Friday night?
Man, everybody should expect a great fight. My fans should look forward to seeing some old school Breezy, and looking forward to putting on a show like always.